What's up, guys? Hey, leaders. Okay, so you can, I'm going to use my pen. And then you can unmute yourself as, if you have feedback or questions or whatever. So first and foremost, thank you guys for jumping on this call. I know we kind of did it last minute, but those of us who were at GoPro are freaking jacked up. You guys, there is so much excitement that is about to unfold for 2020. And of course, we can get that excitement started right now. So I just want to ask you guys a question. You can nod your head. Some of you guys are just video and names and stuff, but if we could show you a way with a proven system, okay? I feel like I've been begging for a system in our team, in our company for a really long time. If we could show you a way with a proven system that has been working in other organizations within the network marketing industry and has been working really freaking well to duplicate more effectively in sponsoring and in sales, so that we don't have months like November and then months like December, so that we are consistently maintaining our connections with our customers, that we are consistently starting people strong and helping them to duplicate even before they have products in their hands, even before they have the skill set that we know it kind of takes after a while to really take off in this industry. Would you guys be interested in learning more about something like that? Yes, I think so. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we are so jacked up. We are so excited. So Liz and I have been going to GoPro since 2014. I remember I was a purple status presenter the month that I went, but we were on fire. We were pumped. We were motivated. And I remember Liz messaging me and saying, hey, do you want to go to Vegas with me for this conference? And I had already heard of Eric Worre. I was in love with Eric Worre. I heard about his 20 and 30, and it blew my mind and made me realize that I've got to build big and I've got to build quick. So Liz invited me back then. I ran it past my husband. He's like, hey, if it's going to help your business, go. So ever since 2014, we've been hearing about systems. And that is one area where I feel like our leadership as a whole kind of falls short, that we're all doing things, but we're doing them very differently. And I think, when you go into a Chick-fil-A or something like that, you're going to get the same service, but everyone's smile looks different. Everyone's hairstyle looks different. Everyone's personality is different, but they're all going to say, my pleasure, when you leave with your food, right? So we want to run our business in a way that whether we are here or we are 15 generations deep, we're doing things the same way. So I want Liz to kind of introduce our Flourish Project for 2020. You guys, this is our vision. It is a dream that I believe is unfolding right before our eyes, and I am so excited to share more about it with all of you.
Trying to start video. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my start video button isn't. Oh, there it goes, I think. Okay, sweet. So, you guys, I'm super, super duper excited, and I want to keep this short and sweet because I want us to immediately get off here and just be fired up and kind of I want you to take a moment after this to kind of picture the big vision of what we're explaining to you guys and sharing with you. But before I get into Flourish Project 2020, I want to share with you guys this. I want you to get your convention ticket. If you do not have your convention ticket, you've got to snag that up and you've got to share it with your team. I had teammates that joined in July and they showed up 2 weeks later in Orlando. So I want you guys to really, really talk to your teams about it. I want you to talk to them so much about convention that they're like, shut up about convention. That's how often we need to be talking about it. So let's dive right into Flourish Project 2020. How many of you, by nod of heads, would like to sponsor more people? How many of you would like your teammates to sponsor more people, right? Or have more customers, or know that your customers and your teammates' customers are getting exposed time and time again to the products without being sold to, without the spam. Does that sound exciting? Yeah. Dude, there's so many of us, and I know this pain of posting something and getting no response, sending messages, getting ghosted, being told no, over and over and over and over again. And the things that separate us from the majority of our teams is we see the big vision. We're dedicated. We are in this for the long haul. This is a marathon. But 80% of our team, they give up too soon. Things get hard and they're not getting the results, and so they quit. Like, I know the pain. Like, I was there too, posting, and the rejection and the quiets, and what I'm doing is not working, and what we're doing as leaders isn't working. And so we want to share with you, if you guys are down with it, and I want to get fired up about this, but like Kylie said, what if we could show you a way that works? It's proven to work. We see top leaders in the industry putting it into place, and it's working. And so the first thing that I'm super, super stoked to introduce to you is it's called the ATM, and it's Ad Tag Message. And this is an incredible group. And before I tell you what we've named this group, I want to tell you it's a customer group. And the point of it is to put product knowledge videos in this group. They're going to be short, they're going to be sweet, they're going to be eye-catching. So not only are your customers going to learn about these products, but our teammates are going to learn about these products. And when someone says, hey, what's up with this BB Flawless? What's going to happen is our teammates, and ourselves included, are going to say, oh my gosh, I have a video on this. Let me add you. I'm going to tag you in the comments of the video, and then I'm going to message you back and follow up with you. Ad Tag Message, ATM group, okay? So we're going to have product knowledge videos. We are going to have results stories. And now we have formulas for all of these, so it's not going to be spammy. It's not going to be gross. It's going to be uniform. It's going to be systematic. So that way it duplicates and it's consistent, like Chick-fil-A. They always say my pleasure, right? And it's like, it's those systems in place, and it's the repetition of this, and it's the overexposing our customers to these things. So we are going to be doing a lot of this work for our teams. And once the videos are done, they just recycle because people are being added to the group, they're being tagged, and they're being messages. So this group is going to stay very, very active with this content. The next thing that we're going to have is, did I already say this? Product knowledge, and then results and stories. So results from what's happened since I started using this product. Results from using the skincare. And so there are going to be results and stories posted in this group, exposing our customers to the amazing products that we have available. And this past weekend at GoPro, we heard it takes 21 exposures before a customer acts on it, before a customer spends their hard-earned money on products. And so what happens oftentimes is for 30 days, we'll talk about lipstick. Next 30 day comes and we talk about something else. And the way that Facebook is set up, our customers are not getting multiple exposures on the products. And that's the reality of it. And that's why this business has changed so much, and it makes it so hard. It's like I post every day. I talk about it every day. Like, why isn't my business growing? And that frustration is real. It's real. It goes from the top of the company to the bottom of the company, and this is what's going to change it. This is what's going to change it. And who's fired up to change some shit? Woo! Woo! Yes, you guys. This is going to work. Yeah. This is going to work. And so the next thing is tutorial videos. How to put on eyeshadow if you have hooded eyelids. How to wear your concealer if you're over 30 years old. How to get a pouty lip without injections. Like, these tutorials are going to be solid, and they're not going to be like a get ready with me, let's hang out. We're going to add value, and we are going to teach your customers and our teams how to step it up, how to step into their greatness, how to look good. And when they look good, they're going to feel good, and it's going to create a ripple effect, you guys. These women are going to gain a little bit of confidence, so they're going to be nicer to their kids. When they're nicer to their kids are going to behave better at school. And the teacher's going to be happier. The teacher's going to go home and be nicer to her husband and her kids. This is going to create a ripple effect, and I'm super, super freaking stoked about it. So just a real quick recap, and we'll take questions after this, but the customer group is going to have product knowledge videos that are short and sweet. There's going to be the results stories, tutorial videos, and probably some of this will be geared towards a special or a kudos as well that's going on. We will mention, of course, the foundation. There'll be a permanent video in there about the reason why we started, probably a little bit of our history, or just some things that are going to help everybody. And so
I just want to add to that real quick. What Liz was saying is, the thing, I know we've done a lot of beauty boot camps and 12 days of Christmas and different promotions where we do these little customer-based group for like a short period of time. So this is going to be an ongoing thing forever. And the thing that's going to be so great about it, though, is that the videos are going to be short and to the point. A lot of times the feedback that I get is with the Facebook Lives, although they're very informative, if somebody's catching the replay, they're not watching them. They're just not going to sit down for 30 minutes and watch an eyebrow tutorial, but they will watch a 2 to 3 minute eyebrow tutorial because most people are busy and their attention spans are really short. And you might be thinking, well, Kylie, Liz, I already know how to sell products. I don't need a group like this. But I want to remind you that it doesn't matter what works for you. It matters what works for the 80%. Okay. The average person starts this business to make $300 to $500 a month. Many of us have bigger goals than that, but most people just want a little extra money in their pocket. This is going to appeal to the masses. It's going to appeal to the people that are working part-time with this job. They're actually going to be able to see results working a very part-time basis, which we've kind of gotten away from. So it's going to help them be able to duplicate down to their teams. It's not going to be this, oh my gosh, I just signed up. What do I do next? It'll be really clear and concise, and they'll know exactly where to invite their customers to take. And then the runners are going to do more outside of this group. You're still going to be posting on your pages. You're still going to be doing Facebook Lives. You're still going to be actually messaging. We want to emphasize the message and the ATM. So make sure that as we continue to roll this out to our teams, of course, we want to start with leadership, that we put the emphasis on, if you want results quickly, you got to get in Messenger. You got to have these conversations with people and be inviting people consistently, always, into these groups.
Can I add something too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to, I don't want to say make it clear, but have everybody understand how big this is going to get. This is not something small. Like Kylie said, like 12 days of Christmas and stuff that we've been doing. Like legit, you guys, we are in, Liz is in a Modere direct sales company group. It's over 100,000 people in this group. I'm in a Prove It community group for keto. It's over 400,000 people in this group. It's all their distributors. It's all of their customers. It's all of their prospects. It's everybody on their teams. Like, it is insane. And what happens when we all come together is we all are fired up. We're all confident, and we all succeed in this business, you guys, but we have to come together. So what I'm hoping, and I hope I'm not like stepping on any toes here, but what I'm hoping in this project Flourish that we're doing together is that unique as a whole, as a community, as a culture, we all come together and we stop doing things on our own because it's clearly not working. We're how many years into this business and we're literally failing, you guys. We are failing. We have so much potential. There's so much more greatness out there for us, but we're not tapping into it. So this is an opportunity for all of us to come together as a whole, as a sisterhood, like we're supposed to be, and rise up together and lock arms together and all succeed together. There's no shortage of success. There's no shortage of money out there. If that's what you want or whatever you want to become or be or do, you can have it. And this group is going to give us the opportunity, well, the two groups are going to give us the opportunity to literally not shut up about it and to have our customers be able to be exposed to so many more people out there. Because you know what? Not all my customers can relate to me, but they might relate to Kylie. They might relate to Danielle. They might relate to Liz, but they're not going to join because they don't relate to my story. They don't want what I want out of this business. They want something else. So for them to be exposed to other stories that can relate to them in their life will get them to want to do this with me. But if I don't do that, if we don't do this group, it's not going to happen. And I might fall short on my leadership and fall short on my goals because I'm not exposing them to everything that we have to give to them. So that's all I had to say.
I love it. And as we head into the next group that Liz is going to talk about, really quickly, as she mentioned convention, I have a big freaking fat vision for our leadership to come together for convention, and she's going to introduce the title, but I see this title of this next group being all over shirts where people are going to be like, oh my gosh, did you see all those girls with that shirt on? What does that mean? I want people to be talking about this, and I freaking love this name, you guys. This is our culture. This is our 2020 vision. Let's go.
Okay. Well, before we go there, I want to say this also, something that I've seen happen. And it used to happen a lot when we first started because the algorithm on Facebook just allowed it. But when customer presenters get the kit and they just want to get their discount, or maybe they just wanted to get the kit, what's going to happen when they're inside this group is they're going to find other products that they're like, oh, I didn't know that. I want to try that. Or one of their friends is going to make a comment, well, let me just add you to this group. And what's going to happen is customers are going to start generating money. Customers who didn't want to do the business are going to start generating an income from this. And when that happens, a shift happens and kidnappers all of a sudden are growing a business. And you can ask any Black status leader. They know 10 Black status leaders that started just for the kit. And so that's something that I've seen with Modere is some of my friends just wanted the products. Well, then they added their friends to this customer group because they loved the results that their friend was getting, and now they're generating income, and they did not mean to. And so that's the power of this. And we actually didn't mention the name. Just do you guys want to know the name of our customer group?
Wait, oh yeah, we didn't even say the customer group.
But like, really, do you want to?
Yes, we do.
Oh wait,
that's
not the team shirt. The next one's the team shirt, but this one
there's a tagline to it, and I can't remember it. Oh, I do.
Yes,
I do. Okay.
Somebody else say it. I don't want to say it. Sarah Jones, you say it.
The customer group or what?
The customer group.
It's Club Moodstruck, where confidence is free.
Club Moodstruck. I'm so jacked up about this.
Daryl's not impressed.
I know, y'all.
She's like,
we made it up ourselves. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we didn't.
Moodstruck. We're
But Club Moodstruck. I think it's fun. I think it's something that obviously we have all heard of that before from convention. Our customers and most of our team has never heard of that before. Okay, and so it's going to be fun to brand. It's going to be fun to talk about. And so let's move into our next group. So we're going to have two groups, these two ATM groups. What does ATM mean?
Anybody?
Add tag message.
There you go. Add tag message. So this next group, where did I put my notes for it, is an opportunity group. Okay, and so inside this opportunity group, it is going to be lots of excitement, lots of announcements. It's going to be anytime someone joins your team, you're going to post a picture. Anytime someone promotes, you're going to post their picture. When they earn a car bonus, post their picture. When they earn the frontline bonus, you're going to post their picture. You're going to shout out your teams from the rooftop in this group. What else is going to be in here is, and some of this will be pinned at the top, and some of them you'll just use the search bar, or they'll always be recirculating, but we're going to have opportunity videos in there. And the opportunity videos, again, will be short, sweet, to the point. We will also probably have a longer version that Ray Higdon teaches that is more of a presentation. We're also going to have in there just like brief overviews of the compensation plan, brief overviews that you can earn a car bonus and you can earn a frontline bonus and you can earn exotic trips. There'll be something in there for that as well. There'll be our mission and the story of why we were created and what we're about. So there'll be these pinned posts, and there'll be some that are pinned as announcements. There'll be some that are in the unit section, but absolutely everything our customers need to know. And I want to share with you why this group is so important. Several reasons, actually, but one of them is so many of our teams are loud and clear, unique, 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 all over everywhere. It says unique, unique, unique. So what our prospects do is they go to Google and they Google and they do research, right? Our friends are smart. Our networks are smart. They want to do their research. This group is a place for them to do the research. So we add them in here. We get them in here.
In a controlled environment. So it's in your control. You know who's there. You know who's researching. You can follow up. How often do we lose our prospects because they're doing their research and we never even knew about it, right? We don't even know that the opportunity was for them.
Or they found something bad that someone got butthurt over and left our company.
Right.
You know, or they found something bad from a makeup artist, right? And so this is a controlled environment, like Kylie said, that allows our customers and our prospects to do research in a controlled environment. And they're going to get everything that they need to know, minus all the crap, right? And so we can't change our teams from already telling people who they work with. We can't stop our teams from telling people in the future that they're with Unique. Not that I am not ashamed of this company at all. I just know as soon as they hear what company it is, they go to Google, right? And so this is a place that allows them a safe place, and they're seeing the social proof of people welcoming, people promoting, and things happening. So it's that social proof why this group is so absolutely important. And I will pass it over to somebody else who wants to fill in the gaps that I've missed, skipped, and then also someone else can announce the name of this awesome group.
Sarah.
Sarah? Hello?
You want me to announce the name?
Andy?
Danielle? Somebody?
Woo! I'll announce the name if you want.
You need a drum roll?
Who's excited? I'm excited about this. Can I just say though really quick that I feel personally that in a nutshell, both of these groups are so simplistic, yet such huge results. And I think that's the point. And I love what Liz said about systems, and I'm just like all over the place with this. I'm feeling warm and fuzzy inside.
Me too.
But I'm going to ask the name of this group. It's awesome. It's simple too. It is, I'm hitting my car steering wheel. Social Success Society. Woo! Who loves it?
I love it. I love it so much. You guys, this is like t-shirt material right here. Social Success Society.
Hashtag
what is that? Oh, it has no team. It's a unity of multiple teams coming together, and it's creating results. You guys, I'm so excited.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
I love it.
But you know, how often do you guys have people message you, hey, I need an opportunity video. I've got somebody interested. And then you have to find it and send it. Everything's going to be in this group, you guys. But what I love the most about it is not only are we presenting the opportunity, we're sharing our culture of success. So literally, if somebody gets a car bonus, our prospects are seeing it. If somebody reaches a rank advancement, our prospects are seeing it. If somebody earns $500, our prospects are seeing it, because what most people want to earn $500 a month, right? They are seeing those results. And because it's a closed environment, we can do so much more. And like I said, like, we're keeping those prospects in our court. We're keeping the ball in our court. And again, those videos are going to be short, quick, to the point. And like Liz said, we'll have one that, you know, kind of shares a little bit more, but you can literally walk your prospects through the process of recruiting the multiple exposures right here in this group, all in the same place. So there won't be a question. Somebody joins 2 years from now, they know where to take their prospect, you guys. And I know that there's probably a question in all of this of, well, what if, right? What if somebody tries to steal my prospect? What if somebody tries to steal my customer? There's a reason other companies are having success with this. Yes. Will you ever get like a bad apple in a group? Sure, it's going to happen. But we'll have strict rules that if there's any report of that sort of thing happening, they're removed. To be in these groups is a privilege. It's not a right. There's a reason that Eric Worre can bring thousands of people from different companies together and not worry about them stealing and prospecting and spamming. It's because he lays the groundwork. He lays the rules. He lets them know what's expected. He requires that we all behave as professionals. And I think our culture as a whole will rise when we put this expectation on the table that, hey, we respect. You're going to see when somebody is invited, who they're invited by. If you type in their name in the group, you're going to see who invited them to the group. So honestly, if you ever hear any reports of that, we just take care of it. You know, we handle it like professionals and we move forward. But I really, truly believe that the masses will really join together and want to see these types of results. So it's going to be really exciting.
I also want to reassure you guys when you do add someone to that group, that is recorded information. So you're able to screenshot it, we're able to screenshot it and be able to see this stuff. And we know enough executives at corporate and they know exactly what we're doing because we communicate with them. They were at GoPro, and they will move the person. Like if someone gets sponsored by somebody else and there's not documentation of before pre-date added to this group, then they will be moved to the right person's organization. Those sales will be moved to the right person's organization, and there'll be serious consequences, not just removed from the group.
Right.
Your integrity will be gone with the leaders, with corporate, and it is absolutely not acceptable. And I promise you, I personally will make sure that that person is moved. I personally will make sure that those orders are moved.
And can I just add that doing that with your business will not yield to long-term happiness or success.
Yeah. And I don't think we'll have the issue. Honestly, yeah. I don't think we will have an issue.
Honestly, we've done so many of these groups in the past and it's not been an issue. But now it's just going to be the culture that we create, you guys. Moving forward, like I talked about earlier today, or we just talked about at the beginning of this, our vision for 2020 is unity. You guys, we have to have unity. That's where duplication happens. You know, like you talk about a man and a woman, when they marry, they become one. So as a team, we all working for the same types of goals. Don't we want more promotions? Don't we want the Social Success Society represented in all those parades and convention in Denver? Come on, like this is going to be amazing. I'm going to tell you, I've lived too long in the past of saying, oh, back then we were doing all this. Back then we had all this momentum. No, moving forward, we're going to have more momentum than we've ever had. But this time we're going to have the skills and the systems to back it up so that it can sustain. Who wants to hit a promotion and keep hitting a promotion or go beyond that promotion? I know I do, right? So that's so excited. But honestly,
systems like this change generations. Yeah. Systems like this, if you die, your business will keep going, right? And I know that I have put my child on the back burner. I've put my husband on the back burner and family for this business, which sacrifices are expected for a certain amount of success. However, if I die today, my business is done and all those sacrifices were worth nothing. Because we have no systems in place. This is massive, you guys. This is what's going to change generations. This is what's going to change our teammates' lives. The ones that we said, you can make big things happen with this business, but they haven't made big things happen. This is what's going to carry us on. This is what's going to rise our team to the top for generations. Right. If you die today, will your business go on without you? Was it worth the sacrifices being on your phone? No, you've got to see this vision and run with it. Add, tag, message. Tell your new teammates. Tell your sidelines. Tell your uplines. Every single person on here, pretty sure their upline isn't on here, or their sideline's not on here, or their bestie's not on here. You've got to tell them what's happening. You've got to share this vision with them. New teammates, anyone who's struggling, people who just bought the kit just for fun, share with them. Oh, we are creating this really cool customer group. I cannot wait to add you in it. I'll tag you in the first video that comes out, and I'll message you back later to see what you think. You've got to get fired up, and we've got to, like Kylie said, bring it into our culture. But don't let this news that we just told you guys stop here. So I want to invite you.
What do we need from you?
Do it.
Like, what do we need from you? This is what we need from you, right?
Yeah.
Is we're going to need opportunity videos. Okay. We now understand that we don't have enough room. Like, we don't want to overwhelm our prospects. So some of these will be archived, maybe used at a later time. Is that kind of what you're going to go into? Sorry, Liz, I got excited. I was like, what do we need from you?
No, it's okay. I wanted to invite you guys to tell your teams.
Yeah.
I want you to invite your teams. So I highly encourage you to go live in your Black status group. Go message all the people in your chat groups, your team groups. Put this out there, even if it's a social media post, like how excited you are about this new system, because it truly, we've got to get hype and activity around it. There's 27 of us on this chat. That's amazing. No, there's 50,000 people in my organization, and there's 27. So we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leaders. There's 27. Granted, a lot of people are at work, and I'm not taking away from that, but we together, the 27 of us, can't stop here. Can't stop here. And this is not it's a partnership, right? Like it's as much your group as it is my group. It's as much your group as it is a teammate's group. This is ours. It's not mine. It's not Kylie's. It's not Johanna's. It is our group. It is your group. It is your team's group. It's those future teammates group. So just own this. And I invite you to please, please, please go live in your Black status group, posts about it in the groups, and let's just really kick this Flourish project off.
Yeah, this is a true collaboration, you guys. And too often people say, oh, well, how do you want this done? Well, I understand having questions, but understand that as leaders, we really want to band together. So really what we need from you, we need you guys to hype this up to your teams. We need that, the Flourish Project 2020 to be an official hashtag, you guys, that we understand that moving forward, we are working on something big that's going to produce big results. But it only works if we work it. But what we really need is we're going to need 3-minute opportunity videos. I know Joe has some examples. I'm going to work on some examples. But honestly, we just want quick to the point. Liz has the system for that. Where can we share that system to where everybody has?
Are you talking about opportunity video or stories?
Sorry, story of why you started the opportunity, or what pulled you into this business.
Yeah, so it's 4 steps on how to tell your story. I think everyone has a notebook. Some of you actually are driving, so I can put it in the chat, and then we can it can just get spread on. So if you are driving or you're in opportunity work and you can't write this down, so it's 4 steps how to tell your story. I'll type this in the chat here also. Oops. It won't let me do tab. Maybe someone else type it. So the number 1 thing is your background. So maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a factory worker, maybe you were a hairstylist, nurse, maybe you still are a nurse, maybe you're from a small town, maybe you were lost after you became a mom. So what's your background and what you didn't like about it? So my background was I was a hairstylist. What I didn't like is I worked all the time. I worked when everyone else wasn't. And I was sick and tired of missing out on my friends and family. I was the friend that was always like, oh, I'd love to do that, but I can't. Gotta work. And I hated it. A lady introduced me to a product that I wasn't able to use any other brands of. I fell in love and I shared it with some people. And I started making money when I was sleeping. I'd never made money when I was sleeping. And I'm so excited about the future because we have these incredible systems and social selling is becoming norm. And that's whatever. So it's background, what I didn't like about it, find a solution, and how you feel about the future. Background, what you didn't like about it. I found a solution. Someone introduced me to a product that I couldn't use from anyone else. Made my eyes itch. And how I feel about the future is it's becoming normal to build a business on social media. It's becoming standard. It's becoming, if you miss out, like this window might close. So again, one more time, background, what you did not like, the solution you found, and how you feel about the future.
And understand that this can be used both when you're sharing your story as far as the opportunity, but also in products. So when you're making, a product testimonial or tutorial about eyeshadow, you guys, what's one of the common objections we get with eyeshadow palettes? That they're expensive, right? But we can all attest that the product is really great. It's really pigmented. It lasts forever. So again, your background might be that I used to shop at Walmart and buy the cheapest eyeshadow palette I could find. Here's what I didn't like halfway through the night. It was, I couldn't even tell that I had eyeshadow on. So the solution I found is I'm investing in good products with good ingredients, and then how I'm excited about the future is now I can go out with confidence, and I'm telling all my friends about it. Okay, so really all this 4-step system can be incorporated in all kinds of stories, not just business opportunity or your personal story, but product related as well. And this is just one example of systems that when we're all telling the story the same way, it's going to duplicate a lot better. Each one of us should be able to tell our story like this all the time. If you're on an elevator, tell your story. If you're meeting somebody for coffee, tell your story. So you're going to get so used to doing this that it's going to be second nature.
Yeah, and speaking of systems, we didn't talk about this, but when you are doing, maybe you're doing a live on your personal profile, or maybe you've been asked to do one of the tutorials in the group, or maybe you've been asked to do one of the product knowledge videos. I learned this system back in 2006, and it took me from doing like $25 a day in retail in the salon to doing over $400 a day, seeing the same amount of people. And it's what, why, how, love. So what I'm using is primer. Why I'm using it is because I personally have large pores through here. My skin's really dry, so it absorbs, and you can see my fine lines. So how you use it is you use a pea shape, and you apply it all over your face. And what you're gonna love about it is it diminishes the appearance of pores and fine lines. It keeps my makeup in place all day long, and I would never go without it. And so it's what, why, how, love. And you can practice that when you're going live on your personal profile. What this is brow pencil. Why I'm using the brow pencil is because I want soft hair strokes. So how I do it is I just softly flick it on, you know, and what I love about it is it looks so natural and is a great frame to my face. So it's the what, why, how, love. What, why, how, love. And so I want you to start practicing that when you are doing tutorials. I want you to practice that when you are talking to your neighbor. So what this is a 4D mascara. Why you use it is because it lengthens your lashes and gives you the look of lash extension. How you use it is you just wiggle it and twist it on. And what you're going to love is you don't have to lay there with your eyes closed for 2 hours.
Liquid lash extension.
Yeah. So what, why, how, love. Write it down right before you go live. Put it on a Post-it note. What, why, how, love. What, why, how, love. And it's going to keep you focused. You're going to notice that you are actually educating your clients a little bit more. You're giving them reason and purpose and benefits. This is a great way so you can share benefits. And people, that's what people want, right? Is the good feelings. But not being sold to. I think I totally said that back.
And then the last,
Do we also want to share, like, when they are uploading their videos, like there's going to be admin, so there's going to be admin approval, right?
yes.
So like, let's say they share a video in one of the groups and they have this bomb brow liner video that they really think is good and they really want to share. So it's going to be admin approval. But did you want to talk about the importance, Liz, because you're really good at this with Ray Higdon stuff, the importance of the tagline?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so one is they need to be directly posted into the group, not shared from your profile. That is one thing that's going to keep our customers and our presenters safe, and not because our customers and prospects could just, oh, that was a cute little girl, click on their name. Like, it just makes it a lot easier for them to find other people. So make sure that if you do submit something, it's directly uploaded to the group, and it will be admin approved, like Johanna said. The next thing that you have to do to get your post approved, and you should be doing this anyway, is if you teach 5 steps to make a quesadilla, you need to put in the description. That's just an example. I don't know why I came up with quesadilla. I don't even know. We're just going to go with it. 5 ways to make a quesadilla. In the description, you need to say 5 tips you never knew about making the best quesadilla. Okay, so you've got to have something that scroll stopper. And if you're teaching about eyeshadow and hooded lids, go Google hooded eyelids eyeshadow, and you're going to find an amazing title on a blog. Use that. So you're going to have something up here exactly what the video is about, not come check this out. Like, it has to be descriptive. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to want to do is 1, heat up your pan. 2, sprinkle garlic in your butter. Like, whatever the steps are that you're teaching, it needs to be written out. And the reason that this step is so important is because people are going to be using the search key to find certain products or certain tutorials or certain things. The next one is a lot of people watch videos on silent. So if you can add closed caption, that's a bonus point. But there's so many times that they can't listen to the video right now. They want to, or they start it and they can't finish it. And so they're going to be able to go through and get all that knowledge just from reading. Some people don't want to listen. Some people are deaf that are in this group. So they need to be able to just read it. Or maybe they are blind. They need to be able to hear your words. What, why, how, love. It's super, super important. And we're not saying these things to be controlling. We're not saying these things like you have to do it this way. We're saying you have to do it this way because it's a system that works and duplicates. Systems save yourself time, energy, and money. And there's reasons behind all of it. The psychology behind all of it. And so we're not saying it to be control freaks. We're not saying it because we have favoritisms. We're saying it because this is what works and this is what needs to be done to be efficient and effective. And we need to learn from not only our past mistakes, but people that have been marketing for years. People that have been marketing for years. We've got to learn from them. And that's where the 4 steps to telling your story come from. That's where the what, why, how, love comes from. And systems are so important because otherwise without them, we get into the same spot we are at now. Everyone's trying to do their own things. Things aren't being duplicated. People are over here, then this change, like all these things. Like the things that we're doing in this group are things that won't change. The what, why, how, love, that will never change. It is a foundational marketing tool. How to tell your story, that will never change because it is a foundation. It's evergreen. It's evergreen. It's not going to change. And so that's kind of, I want you guys to understand that like when we come in and we're saying, hey, we can't approve that because this, this, and this, and this, it's not anything personal at all. Nothing at all personal. It's just say, okay, cool, I'll make the changes. So a lot of times it's probably going to be editing your description, or maybe it's going to be, it was too long. That was awesome. Practice, do it again, and use the what, why, how, love. What, why, how, love. And it sounds, at first you really will feel funny. Like what I'm using is, not so why I'm using it, but people listening will not think, what is she talking like? What, why, how, love. Like they're not gonna feel that. You will feel it. I promise you. I remember when I started, I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. What I'm using is shampoo. Why I'm using the volume shampoo is because your hair's flat. You told me. You know, how you use it is, doesn't everyone fucking know how to use shampoo? No. You put it in your hands. You get it lathered in your hands first. You would not believe how many people were laying there and they go, oh. Yeah. Lather your, and then go in. And what you're going to love about it is it's going to fatten every strand. I felt so dumb in the beginning, but I went from $25 a day to $400 a day. It took me from being like in the low, I was not even not even the top half of the profession to being in the number 1% of the profession out of the US and Canada. And so it works. And I don't want you guys to, give up on it. I want you to truly trust the system.
We have to all be coachable in this. I mean, honestly, that's what it comes down to. If what we're doing is not duplicating, we need to be coachable. So that's all it's going to come down to is if your video gets critiqued, check yourself and say, okay, there's a way I can do better. And the last thing that I want to mention too with obviously your title is so important, but your call to action at the end of the video is just as important. So if you guys aren't familiar, basically all that means is you want to prompt the viewer to do something after. Okay. So especially in this group, we want to definitely direct them in the right place. Let them know, hey, make sure that you message the person who invited you. Make sure that you message your presenter. But taking that a step further is something that they almost can't help but do. Hey, if you want to learn one more tip about which colors are the best for your eye, or which palette is best for or which look is best for your eye shape, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say is basically prompting them to say, oh my gosh, I need to know the answer to that. So I'm going to go over here and message Olivia. And then that's going to start a conversation with Olivia that's going to allow her to upsell and recommend the right products. Because you guys, why do people buy from us instead of Sephora? Sephora is more convenient. But honestly, we are a one-on-one consultant. We are actually looking for their best interest in mind. We're going to recommend the products that go well with them. And that has to be the value that we're adding. And that's where these groups are going to add so much more value to our customers and our prospects.
And if you're not in Rank Makers, Ray Higdon's Rank Makers, y'all better get on the wait list so you can, next time it opens, you can get in there. It is fire. It is so damn good. It is, woo! It is good, folks. He tells it like it is. Get in there. Get your team in there. You got to get on the wait list because I believe it's closed currently, not open for enrollment.
A reminder that Empower You in Detroit is not sold out, and Ray Higdon is going to be there. You can buy your 2-day ticket or a 1-day ticket. I know I'm going. Show of hands. It's going to be freaking amazing. But honestly, you guys, keep your people around the campfire. Get them to events as often as possible, promoting convention. Because I'm telling you, I'm just going to be transparent. Right before I went to GoPro, I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with my business anymore. I don't know. What am I doing? And then I went to GoPro, and I had a clear vision and excitement that I could bring back home. So get them around the campfire as often as possible. It is in March. I don't know the exact date, but if you search the group, Mackenzie, I think.
Yeah, and I want to share that too, Kylie, because we need to be more transparent as leaders and not always sugarcoat everything and make you guys feel like everything is good, everything is good, everything is good. Kylie saw in my face when I showed up at GoPro, you guys, I made every excuse in the book. I wasn't going to go. I bought my ticket last December. I was not going to go. I couldn't, it wasn't feasible with the months, with what was going on in my life and with our family. And she asked me, she's like, are you going? And I said, no, I can't go. I don't think I can make it. And she's like, what do we have to do to get you there? And I was like, Kylie, I need to go. Like, I know I need to go. I need this for my leadership. I need this for my team. I didn't think I really needed it for myself. I just wanted to be there for my team because I'm a good leader in this business, you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all, or like, I feel like I'm tooting my own horn, but I am a good leader. I was up on stage as a leader, but I felt like I was failing as a leader because I don't have a duplicatable system. And Kylie and Liz were able to light me up at GoPro and be like, okay, you might be really, really good at selling, Joe. You might be really, really good at sponsoring. You might show up on all of our leaderboards consistently every single month. But guess what? Where are your leaders? Are they promoting? And I'm like, okay, that's the problem. You're not duplicating. What I do is not duplicatable. Okay. What, me selling 10K a month is not duplicatable. My girls who are in my 80% will not sell even 1,000. We'll barely sell 500. So that's who we need to really cater to is our 80%. And we forget about our 80% because we're always focused on our running. And who wants to do this business? Who wants to put in all the work and all the time and all the sacrifices? When in reality, we should not have to be sacrificing as much as we're sacrificing. We shouldn't have to choose between our children and our business or our spouse and our business. We should be able to bring this all together, have time for everybody, be successful, make money while we sleep like we used to, which we're not doing right now. We're literally working like animals and we're not getting the feedback that we want, right? And we're getting discouraged. So when I showed up at GoPro, Kylie knew something was wrong. She saw it in my face, you guys, and I'm very energetic and I had the energy, but I was frustrated. I've been very frustrated in this industry and in this business right now with what we're not doing. Where are we missing the buck? What are we doing wrong? What can we do better? And we just couldn't figure it out. GoPro was what we as leaders, whoever went, we needed to hear it. We needed to see it. We needed to feel it. You guys, I'm telling you right now, if you do not go to events, whether they're Empower You, convention, Black status events that are across the country and the globe, or even outside of Unique, going to GoPro was my first event outside of Unique. The best decision, and I'm so glad and thankful that Kylie pushed me to go. Best decision I ever made in my business and in my life. Like, fire relit, and I am ready to light everybody's fires on my team and outside of my team because we need to create unity and culture again in this business and in Unique period. So I am so excited for you guys. I am so excited for these groups. I'm shaking, and not because I'm nervous. I ain't nervous. I am so freaking jacked at what is going to happen to every single one of our businesses in 2020. So I hope you realize, I understand you guys don't have the fire that we have, that we went to GoPro and got to be there and feel it and see the multimillionaires on the stage talking about this ATM. That's what we're here to do for you. That although you can be there, we're here to light your fire. We're here to help you see the vision that we got to see in person, in real life at GoPro. Okay, so please trust us. Please believe that we know what the heck we're talking about right now because we got to stand side by side with multimillionaires, some of them billionaires in this industry, who are making it, and they get to sleep and they get to spend time with their family and they don't have to sacrifice what we're sacrificing. We need to get to where they're at, and this is what we have to do to get there. Mic drop. I'm out.
But Eric Worre told us, Liz and I were sitting at that retreat back in January, and then we did the one last June. And he said, as this room goes, so goes the entire organization. And I want to remind you guys that at that time, we had no clear vision of what we were going to do. We had an idea of what we wanted, but we still weren't sure how to manufacture it or put it into place. So I remember Liz and I kind of looking at it like, yeah, we need a system though. What do we do? What do we do? Like, we want to do this, but how? You guys, now we have the how. I am so excited. For the first time in 5.5 years, I feel like we have something that we can incorporate that's going to work for the masses. But remember, as this Zoom call goes, so go our organizations. Because if we don't send that message loud and clear and let people know that we are bringing the excitement, I don't care about that announcement that pissed off half the people yesterday. None of that matters. Products are going to come and go, but we are going to stick here and we are going to make things happen. Because I'm telling you, if you want growth, you don't have to rely on a promotion that they're doing over here, because we're going to do something that duplicates no matter what the kudos is, no matter what's going on, whether it's Black Friday or whether there's nothing at all. Cheryl, are you raising your hand? Oh, I thought you're like, woo! Okay, raising the roof. But yeah, as this call goes, so go the rest of our leaders, so go the rest of our teams, you guys. So make sure that if you're pumped up about this the way that we are, that we really carry that torch, because it needs to be done.
So are we going to talk about deadlines and stuff like that? When are things? Because I know that's going to be the question I'm going to get from my leaders is, what are deadlines? When is this starting? What do I have to do? Can I talk about it right now? Should I start my list? What do we tell our teams? And I'm going to go live on my team page. So I want to.
Yes, right now after this call, you can cover that, Joe, because I feel like you had some good ideas with all that. So
just put me on the spot like that, no pressure. So I think we discussed on Monday when we did our little call that we wanted to get the opportunity group up going first. Why? Because January is always known every year as a sponsoring month. Why? Because it's a new year and everybody has new goals, new visions. They want to be better. So I think getting the opportunity group is going to be task number one. We have to get that up and going. So you guys, when Kylie was talking about Kylie and Liz were both talking about the videos that we need these videos like by Sunday at the latest. They should already be done. I'm not even kidding. They should already be done. Like, we need these videos ASAP. I have already told my team about it. They don't know that the groups are happening. They just knew I needed some opportunity videos, and I gave them the guidelines that were posted in the comments, the chat below. We need to get as many as possible because we have to have this group already with content. We cannot add all of these people into a group that's dead, that has no content available. They're gonna be like, what the heck is this? So we already have to have some content posted in there. And then like Kylie said, we'll have stuff archived that we will post throughout the months to come too, okay? In the weeks to come and stuff like that. And then I'm not sure, Kylie, if we made it a deadline yet, but I think we're working on the prospecting group to be done in January. So we'll have the opportunity group up and running by January, and then we'll work on the customer-based group in January to get that up and rolling so we can start tagging all these people that we're going to be sponsoring, because we're going to be sponsoring masses. So we'll get that going. And then I know I'm going to be going live after this Zoom with my team. I'm going to talk about the groups. Basically what we just talked about, I'm going to relay that to my team in a much quicker fashion so they can get the replay. But what I think we need to work on, maybe you guys already have it, because I know Kylie, you and Liz were really working hand in hand with this stuff, is do we have something typed up? So my team, when they're like, okay, well, what do I do? What do I say? How do I do this? How do I add them? You know what I mean? Do we have something that we're going to have typed up and be like, okay, guys, this is what we're doing in stone. Like, all you got to do is go into this group, make sure you're in this group, make sure you're in this group, and then you're adding people, and you know what I mean? Like, how do they follow up? When do they follow up? Do they do the same day? Do they set reminders? Stuff like that. Do we have anything set in stone, or do we want to discuss that, or do we want to do that for a future call? I just know the questions we're going to be getting.
Yeah, so we don't have anything typed up like how to step by step or anything like that, but we can get that done in the chat group that we have from GoPro.
Or What are your thoughts on another, like you can roll this out to your teams, kind of create the hype and the excitement, but doing another Zoom where we invite like team-wide, where we go through those details, I think, where people can ask questions.
I think that's a must.
Yeah.
It's a must, like absolutely non-negotiable.
I also remember Jessie Lee saying, like, okay, the Zoom starts at this time, but I don't start it until we have this many people on. It sounded a little bit crazy. She had a team of 4,000 people, and she doesn't start her Zooms until 500 people are on. And now that's a little bit extreme for us. However, I think that that's something that there's 23 of us on here now. I think that that's something that we can say, okay, here's the Zoom. We're rolling out something absolutely incredible. All the details can be found on this Zoom, but it won't start until we have 150 people on. It won't start until we have 200 people on, so you have to get on.
Liz, you're playing small.
I mean, I agree. I just threw those numbers.
I mean, 500 is pushing it because they already have the culture. They have the culture. We've lost our culture. We've lost our community. We've lost our sisterhood. Yeah. So I understand we have to get that back, but we need to make a bigger number than that.
Oh, I totally. But I just was saying, like, maybe that's something that we do for this announcement.
Oh, we should do it.
As of lately, good Lord, because we haven't been promoting them, right? Like, honestly, that's what it comes down to. Leaders promote events, and a Zoom is an event, you guys. And it's not somebody sitting there and talking to you for 30 minutes. It's supposed to be a collaboration of effort. And we can get back to that, but we've got to start somewhere. So, Liz, how many, what's your max out number for your Zoom? Mine's only 100.
I don't know.
It's not very many.
I share one with 3 other Black statuses. We all have the live, like the Zoom live thing that you can go live on Facebook and whatever. I don't know how many that is. It's like the top tiered one.
Okay, so let me see what mine is really quick. I
feel like you have that one, Liz.
I feel like I pay enough that it should be a lot. How do I find that? Well, I'll figure that out. Yeah, I'll figure that out. I think we should open it up to questions.
Yeah, Monday. What do you think? Monday night? I mean, because Christmas is when.
I would love it.
So, but we need.
I would love it.
Christmas because people will check out.
Yep, absolutely.
Are we saying this Sunday for the timeline for the I can't think.
Yes. So for the deadline for their videos, but then Monday we can give them more information of what we're doing with those videos.
Okay, so we're not giving everyone an opportunity to make an opportunity video.
Yeah, what we don't want to do is overwhelm them yet. All we want them to do right now is make some videos and to give them the way to tell their story. So like those 4 steps. Once they've done that, we're going to keep engaging them, keep them excited, and say, make sure, because if you give it all away right now, they're not going to get on the call Monday, right? So
right.
Them a little bit and be like, you're not going to want to miss this call, you're not going to want to miss this call, and really hype that up and say, in the meantime, I need this from you. If you want to be part of Project Flourish 2020, we need this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I probably just have 100 too. I can't figure out how.
I think it's 500 is the top one.
I think so too. I think it is 500. I think it maxes out at 500.
I pulled up the pricing online, and there's like an enterprise and an enterprise plus. An enterprise is like 500, but it says you have to have a minimum of 50 hosts that pay in the $19.99 a month. An enterprise plus includes 1,000 participants, but it doesn't say how many like minimum hosts you have to have for that.
I'm asking who I share it with to see what our max out number is.
So we'll get that rolled out to you guys. We'll get you a Zoom like meeting ID. Is 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern? Is there a time that works best for y'all?
8 p.m. Central is pretty good, so that would be 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Monday. Woo!
Woo! Okay, so promote the heck out of this. And then does anybody else have any questions as of right now? We'll get more details. We're really we're trying to take action before we've got it all figured out. That's for sure. So there will be some learning curves. We will, we'll fall on our face a few times, I'm sure, but it's going to be really fun while we do it. That's how we built to where we are, you guys. We've made a lot of mistakes, but I think we finally have something in place. It's going to be pretty awesome. So.
Learn as you go.
Learn as you go. Plan, do, review. Okay? Plan, do, review. So
Plan, do, review.
yeah, stay tuned. 9 p.m. Zoom Monday night, December 23rd. And in the meantime, just let your teams know that we need 3-minute stories from them. Clear lighting, portrait mode. Let them know how to do it, and that not everyone will be selected, but we will have them archived for future use. There you go. Who's pumped?
I'm excited.
I'm doing the Kylie. Woohoo!
Girl, friends. All right, I'm going to stop this recording.